Hey there, Shane Larrabee here. So, after 25 years or over 25 years in web development, I have learned a lot of lessons. Some the easy way, and some definitely the hard way. And if you're in the industry long enough, you're gonna learn these too. The trick is learning them before they cost you time, money, sanity, and well, health. So here are the 5 hardest lessons I've learned that no one told me about when I was starting out many, many years ago. The first, anyone promising future work, payment, or success for the work they want you to do today will never deliver. Clients love to dangle the more work is coming carrot in front of you. Just do this one favor for me and we'll have a lot more for you later. Well, 99% or 99.9999999% of the time, it never happens. The only thing you're guaranteed in that scenario is the work that you gave away or undercharged for today. The only future work that exists is what's already on a signed contract or already paid for. That's it. The promises are empty. So if they can't or don't want to pay for it today, they're probably not going to pay for it later either. Now, the second one always amuses me, and this is the one where a client or a potential client suggests that they can either make you or break you. Now, this one's particularly funny for me just because I can't tell you how many times I've dealt with this over my career. Maybe it was because for the first 16 years of working, I worked inside the Beltway in Washington, D.C. I did a lot of politics. I was working with a lot of Washington, D.C. who's who and some egos and some people who thought they were a who but really weren't and all that stuff. And I am not kidding when I tell you I have literally been told I can make or break you in this town. And you know, at the time when I was in my young 20s or mid 20s, I guess, and you're looking up at someone with a title like campaign manager, God forbid, senator, governor, congressman, you kind of believe them. I mean, you're only a 20-some-year-old kid, and here's this person of authority telling you that they can make or break you. And you've been told that in a place like Washington, D.C., in my case, that it's a very networking heavy town and you've got to keep your network strong and friendly and so on. And well, I tell you what, I'm still waiting to be made or to be broken. No one has even come close to making me or breaking me besides myself. So anyway, that one's always an amusing one, and I always kind of laugh when I think about the clients who have actually said those words out loud to me. The third lesson here is that if you do cheap work today, you're going to get known and be asked to do cheap work tomorrow. Now, I made this mistake early on, and I think it's a common one. I think a lot of people do this in the sense that you want to start your prices low so that you can build your clientele up. The problem is that what you've done is you've created a group of clients who know you as doing low dollar work. So they're never going to become big dollar clients. That might be okay. You might say, okay, that's fine. That's how I'm going to get started in the business. And now I'm going to go after bigger fish. And that tactic can work, but you run across a challenge. And that is that all your references and the people who you've done great work for are out there telling other people that you do great work, but you do it cheap. So the referrals you're getting are not great. In fact, I know I've told this story in another video of mine, but I always go back to it. And that is, I had a good buddy of mine years ago, and this is a long time ago. And I went out on my own, and he says, "Hey, I think I can get you clients if you give me a small commission." And you know what? He did an incredible job. He went out and he got me clients. The problem is that he also asked me to do work for him and the company he was working for at the time. And he kind of dangled that carrot, "Hey, if you can do this cheap and fast, I can bring you these other clients." And he did. However, I was getting the string of phone calls and emails that basically started off, "Hey, I hear that you build websites cheap and fast." It's not, that wasn't the referral I wanted. And what I thought was a favor to one person so that they would pass my name along turned into what I was known for within that particular network. So when you get known for that, it's really hard to just raise your prices or explain that someone else got a deal, but they're not getting a deal and so on. So you've got to do the work at the value that you put it at, your realistic value. Don't be cheap today in hopes of making money tomorrow. It just isn't going to happen. Now this one hits personally, and this is probably the one I am the worst at, and that is, if I could follow my own advice, if I could go back 20, 25 years ago and tell myself something, it would be make money when you can make money. The "it will come later" mindset is a complete lie. And it's a self-lie. I'm not saying anyone told me that. I'm just saying that was always my mentality. I'll work on this project, we'll do it for this amount, and the money will come later. Or don't worry, next year we'll make more money. All that kind of stuff. And you can get trapped into this cycle where you're thinking, okay, we're investing in the future. Here's the problem, and especially if you look at web development. When I started in this career and then in this industry, I could sell a website for $60,000. I can't sell a website for $60,000 today. I'm lucky to get $6,000 for a website today. The commodity price has plummeted. Not only that, but I've been through several recessions. I've been through various economic cycles. I've had huge clients up and leave me because their leadership has changed, or they've been acquired, or for many different reasons. And so here I am at 50 years old, and I'm just frustrated with myself because I look back and there were so many opportunities where I could have made a lot more money and would have, of course, had more money today. But I didn't. I was always investing in the future or something, and it's a strange mindset, and one that I can never go back. You can't go back in time. None of us are getting younger, and that is a hard pill to swallow. Looking back when you're 50, so if you are in a position to make money, to charge more, to put more value into your products so that you can recoup more revenue, do it. Don't plan to do it next year because you don't know what's happening next year. And I think the final lesson for this video anyway, because gosh, we could go through life lessons forever, but who'd want to watch that? But for my career, a big one is that clients don't always care about what you care about. So one of the things, and I talked about this kind of in my previous lesson, is that you got to make money when you can make money. And one of the things I've always obsessed over was offering my clients and providing my clients great hosting. I always paid the most for hosting infrastructure. We gave security away. We put firewalls in place. We put backups in place. And we did this all because I thought it was the right thing to do. I wanted to do the right thing for my clients. And then at the same time, I had to price my hosting so that it seemed reasonable, because my clients didn't want to talk about firewalls and backups and malware scanning and all that stuff. So I found myself kind of giving it away. And I know some of you are like, well, that was stupid. And it was. It was incredibly stupid. But I kept thinking, I'll make up that money tomorrow, which goes back to the previous lesson. And you know what? Clients don't care. And part of it's my fault. I don't educate them as well as I probably could on exactly the services and the value that I'm giving them as my clients. But it hurts, when a client, decides to leave us, and you're like, well, what's going on? I thought you were happy. And the answer is, oh, well, we're just going to go ahead and go save money because you're charging several $100s, and, we found a host that's only going to be like $25 a month. And you're like, but do you understand what you want, what you get for that? And they're like, yeah, no, they say they have security and they have backups too. They don't know the intricacies and the fact that I'm managing all that for them, and the fact how much time and effort and nights I spend building these systems and really caring about them in hopes that they'll somehow care about them, even though I didn't educate them. And even if I did educate them, they'd get bored with it. So anyway, final lesson. Clients don't always care what you care about. And I think that plays into the money game in a really big way. So anyway, that's it for that video. Probably do some other life lesson videos down the line here. But thanks for watching.